Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Barry Schwartz, and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, April 29th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. A lot to discuss, but nothing super massive, but some interesting stuff. So definitely stay tuned. We got AI lawyers demanding links. We have Google being told they are stealing content, and Google saying, no, it's the other way around. People are stealing content from us. There's the old Bingbot, which is going away. The URL parameter tool went away, and the AdWords API is gone, and so much more. So definitely stay tuned. There's a lot to discuss. Okay, so first up, like I said, there was like fake lawyers, AI-based lawyers asking for links or demanding links. So what's happening is, and this was uncovered by the Next Web, basically, and I think I received a couple of these emails actually. I got DMCA requests saying, you have stolen our images and we're okay with that as long as you basically give us a link and credit, give us link credit to that image. What's happening is these are fake. Nobody's stealing any images. They have, and then what they do is they include a lawyer's name and the law firm, and they include all the legalese that you would typically see in a DMCA request, but say, don't remove it, just give us a link. It's a little bit weird, sketchy, but then if you dug into it, and this is what the Next Web did, they learned that the lawyer was actually generated by AI, artificial intelligence. They took photos of multiple people, women, I guess, and you can see the earrings are different across left and right side. There's weirdness in the faces. The website for the law firm was generated a couple months ago, even though the website says they've been around for 20 years. In any event, the lengths that people go through, that some scammers go through to get links, it's just crazy. Using AI-generated law firms and lawyers to fake DMCA requests to get links, just next level. Again, I'm sure some of you received these emails, so just don't fall for it. You could email them back. They probably won't respond, and that's one good way of going ahead and validating that you don't have to go ahead and give them links. Of course, if you own the copyright of the image and so forth, why would you? This is interesting. So the other day, Gianluca, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I apologize if I'm not. In any event, he went ahead and did this whole Twitter thread that basically said that Google was copying third-party websites' content to build their own knowledge panels and citing Google as the author for that knowledge panel. So we discussed a couple weeks ago that Google does write their own knowledge panels. They can either do that by AI-driven knowledge panels written by AI, and often human-written Googlers will write, humans would actually write those content pieces for the knowledge panels. And they've been doing that since 2015, 2018, and so forth. That being said, Gianluca, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, I apologize, and I should probably ask him how he pronounces his name, basically said that no, Google is stealing content from third parties. Now, I dug into some of those, and so did Glenn Gabe and Brody Clark, and it looked like it wasn't Google stealing that information. It was actually the website stealing the information from Google, because Google's been doing that since 2018, probably 2015 actually. And those websites, some of them were actually just a couple months old. So again, it's hard to prove either way. Danny Sullivan from Google commented and responded, as a reminder, we explained way back in 2018 that we write some of these descriptions which other sites have taken from us, not the other way around. And it's not that we started it in 2018, it's just when we were asked about it. So they actually started in 2015. And then he basically quoted himself saying, this is what happens. And then he went on and on and on and responded to specific examples. And he said, it seems pretty clear that you don't believe what I explained in 2018 when it first came up, nor the credit we added back in 2020 to help curb the misconception, nor what I explained again last week and again in this thread. I'm not sure I could add more to convince, but the first line of the description in the YouTube video matches what you'll see in this, find in this article from the same year. Did they also pick up? They basically went through examples showing you how Google did not copy that content, and that content was actually copied from Google. So again, you can believe what you want. It's hard to prove one way or the other. Obviously, you use the Wayback Machine, but then you can't really see the search results and what they said and when they said it. In any event, I don't think in these examples Google copied the content. I don't think Google would do that. I mean, they're very good at linking. Of course, people think they're not, but Google links out to most sites out there. So again, Google's basically saying that, no, we're not stealing your content. People are stealing ours in some specific examples that were pointed out. Google Search Console has finally removed the URL parameter tool. We knew this was coming about a month ago. Google said it's going offline. It went offline on April 26th. The question is, what will you see from, if you were using the URL parameter tool, will you see a change in crawling, indexing, or ranking? You should keep an eye on that. Google says you probably won't, but it's hard to actually measure that type of stuff, but keep an eye on that. Microsoft has announced again, this is weird because in 2019, Microsoft said they're going to go to using new user agents. This is similar to what Google said in 2019 as well. But they actually never did that. They actually never implemented it. They basically said, we have new user agents, but they never actually implemented that. That's happening by the fall of 2022 now, officially. Fabrice Canal from Microsoft basically said, we are doing away with the old Google Bingbot. The old Bingbot is going away. The new Bingbots are coming through, and they can actually show the most evergreen Bingbot available with their actual, version number from the WebKit of, not Mozilla, but their browser. So it should be pretty interesting to see, again, fall 2020, Bingbot, the old Bingbot's going away finally, even though they announced in 2019, and it will be replaced by the new Bingbots. And if you do hard code or program anything specific for user agents, you will definitely want to make sure to handle that. Google's Search Console, the performance report, had a bug yesterday that made the SEO community go explode. Around, 4 or 5 a.m. yesterday, Thursday morning, April 28th, the Search Console performance report removed the average position. It was a UI, user interface bug, that caused it, and Google got it back around 7-ish in the morning. They confirmed it was officially back for everybody by 9 or so in the morning. But basically, the average position went away, that button there, and now it's fixed. But it made the SEO community go crazy. It's back. Relax. All good. Google also announced that you could actually remove personally identifiable information, also known as PII, from the Google search results. That doesn't mean it's going to remove it from the web, but if you do search for it, Google's not going to show things like, your email address, your phone number, your credit card information. You could actually go ahead and now officially request that information to be removed from the Google search results. This is interesting. Signed exchanges is coming to Google desktop search for some sites. This was announced by Google's Devin Mullins, who posted about it this week on Twitter, basically saying Google search will be rolling out desktop support for signed exchanges soon. For almost all sites, no action is needed. Sites serving different HTML based on user agent will need to opt out by adding a meta tag to the page, specifically if you're doing what's called dynamic serving. So definitely take a look at that. I don't know, sure if you want Google to load your pages using the signed exchanges or not. If you do, it's fine, nothing to do. Otherwise, if you are using dynamic serving, you do have to go ahead and use some type of meta tag to opt out of it. Google is now answering questions directly in the video search results. So if you type in a query, Google might go ahead and say, this video answers that query, and it actually has a little bar with a dot showing you where your question was answered in that video, which is very, very cool. I think that might be a MUM feature, but who knows? Microsoft has officially launched their ethical shopping hub in the US. Several months ago, they launched it in the UK, and now it's actually launched in the US and Canada. This basically lets you search for eco-friendly stuff, like categories around eco-friendly, uncycled, fair trade fashion, and so forth. So definitely take a look at that if you are into the planet. Google Business Profile Manager seems to be going away sometime in 2022. Google said it would not be going away for those who manage multiple business listings, like franchises and businesses that have multiple locations, or even local SEOs that manage many, many businesses. But it seems like when you log into Google Business Profile Manager, and I did this myself and I only have a couple listings, but those who have lots of listings have received this notice as well, saying managing your business profile is moving to search and maps. From early 2022, you can no longer manage your business here. Then it actually gave you this weird poll asking you, have you tried to manage your business on Google Search and Maps? And if you say yes, it's then going to ask you, do you prefer to keep it, the Google Business Profile Manager or not? And it asks you a bunch of questions. So maybe they'll keep it. I don't know. But Google did promise us that it's going to stay for some people. It seems like it might not. Who knows? Maybe they're launching a new URL for local business profile managers or not. I'm not sure. We'll see. It seems Google has reduced the visibility of making Google business edits in the Google Business Manager. It used to actually show orange and gray and strikeouts and black, lots of different variations. Here's what it used to show when Google would make a business edit to you. Now it's only going to show blue when data is replaced by Google and black and white when there's no update. So it's showing you less information when Google makes a business edit to your business profile, which is interesting since Google's going to go ahead and update a lot more business profiles like we discussed a few weeks ago using AI. Google's going to, I think they planned on updating, what was the number? Crazy number. Where are we at? 20 million business addresses over the next 6 months will be updated using AI, Google AI. So it's interesting Google's going to show less visibility around updating business profiles, not more visibility about when they update the profiles. Google Business Profiles has added product performance report data for products. So here's a screenshot of that. And then Google Maps is asking local guides to update their old reviews. So they might log into their local business, the Google Local Business Guide, and say, here, update these reviews. You haven't been there for a while. Please try to update them if you can. Google also has made major improvements to the Google Ads Performance Max campaigns. They added things for customer acquisition goals. They added a bunch of new insights reporting for Performance Max, specifically asset audience insights, which show text, image, and video assets. And then also the diagnostic insights will flag any setup issues that may prevent Performance Max from showing your ads. And then they also added a one-click upgrade tool for smart shopping for Performance Max as well. So definitely take a look at that. The most important thing, obviously, there is the customer acquisition goals, where customer acquisition goals will be rolling out for Performance Max that allow you to focus on bid optimization on gaining new customers, Google said. These goals will allow you to either bid for, more for new customers compared to existing customers, or focus your optimizations on new customers only while maintaining your cost efficiency. So it's pretty interesting, new customers versus old customers, and there's going to be we'll see how that works. It's pretty interesting to hear that. Google Ads API version 10.1 has been released. The 10.0 was released I think in February, and now 10.1 is out with a bunch of new features. Definitely take a look at that. With that announcement, Google AdWords, the old legacy AdWords API, it has shut down on April 27th, although they're kind of scaling it down a little bit slower than we thought. Google Merchant Center has updated its product data specifications for 2022. There's a bunch of different changes there, including the ability to pause ads starting as of April 27th. There's a new attribute to pause your ads. There's a way to provide shipping country sub-attributes. There's updated guidelines or guidance around unique product identifiers. And on June 26th of 2022, they'll be including the availability date for back-ordered and pre-ordered products and automatic items updates for conditions. So definitely take a look at that if you're in the Google Merchant Center. There's lots of updates coming there. Google also added 9 more policies to the 3 strikes and you're out type of thing, where you're basically giving you a warning and then 3 strikes and you're completely out of Google Ads. And those 9 new policies that are included in that 3 strikes and you're out thing are not new policies. There's new policies added to the 3 strikes. One is compensated sexual acts, mail order brides, clickbait, misleading ad design, bail bond services, call directories and forwarding services, credit repair services, binary options, and personal loans. Google Search is testing images on the left-hand side of the search results snippet. It's really, really weird to look at that. It seems like a bug to me, but it seems to be actually being tested. Last week we reported about Google testing the left-hand navigation on the left-hand side, which is weird as well. And finally, an SEO named Danny Richmond created a really cool AI version of John Mueller that actually works pretty well. It's not perfect. They're off, definitely mistakes. He called it MuellerBot or MuellerBot. And it's free. It's powered off of GDP3. It goes through basically John Mueller's questions and try to answer them based on using AI through GPT-3. So definitely take a look at that. It's pretty cool and good work there. In any event, thank you so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. Again, if you like this video, definitely hit the like button, subscribe, comment. I really love your comments, so please do comment. And let me know what you want to have better. In any event, thanks so much for listening. Again, my name is Barry Schwartz. This is the search news we covered over the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. Again, today is Friday, April 29th. Everyone have a great weekend. Be safe. Speak to you guys next. Goodbye.